What's up, everybody? This is the NFL Week 14 mashup. So many shows.com. This is me and Mike. What up, Mike?
Hello, everybody, and hello, Pete. It was a hell of a weekend of football this weekend. Holy cow.
It's always a hello weekend these days with this craziness, but let's just jump right into what I thought was a lot of people that still have survivor pools left, or you're in a big pool, my big money pool, and you have the Buccaneers, a lot of money right on the Bucks. I find every week there's like three heavy favorites, and every week one of those heavy favorites loses. You just don't
hmm
know which one it's going to be, so you can, if you're a good gambler and you wanted to do the roulette wheel, you could go pick one of those underdogs money line and hope like if you hit the Saints this week, you would have nailed it. I don't know what's going on with the Bucks. I still think that they're a playoff team. But, we'll talk playoff teams in a second. Your Vikings took care of business and re-injured Jane Daniels. Is that what happened?
Yeah, well, yes, kind of, sort of. It was on a pick return. He got blocked.
I saw the play. He got
So,
smashed.
yep,
He got
yes.
smashed and
So,
landed on the elbow. And supposedly that elbow was the same elbow that was dislocated that took him out in the first place.
yep,
And I shame on the coach for starting this guy and having him play while your team has no chance to make the playoffs. Now you're officially eliminated. But apparently you re-injured the same injury, which is going to make your arm vulnerable forever.
yep.
So, it makes no sense. It's kind of like, a boxing coach with a boxer, why you wonder why sometimes when that boxer's in like the fifth round and he's winning the fight, but he's getting his ass beat, with too many hits to the head, the guy calls it because he doesn't want his, boxer to, come down with a concussion or some sort of, real bad, brain damage down the road. So they call it. And
Yes.
I'm not saying that, the Commanders are doing that, but, you got to be aware of your surroundings. The Browns, did you see the Browns Titans? Did you see? I mean, yeah, obviously you didn't see the game, but did you see the 2-point conversion they went for to tie the game at the end?
I heard about it on another podcast, so forgive me for listening to other podcasts, but
Oh,
yes,
the
I heard
podcast.
about
Oh my God, this guy's a
it.
traitor. Oh man.
I
You
had
know
to
what you
catch up
are?
on all of the weekend's actions, so I have
I'm gonna
drive
say
times at my
no,
work.
this is Mike. I'm gonna use a football comparison metaphor with simile, whatever, and I'm gonna give him a compliment with this. So you're like Darrelle Revis because you were on the Jets and then you went to the Patriots for a championship.
Yes.
So you left us for something better and heard it. Okay, so yeah, they went for like a double reverse. I guess it was a double reverse pass, what I believe it was.
Yep.
But the guy who took the snap forgot to pitch it.
Yes, I heard that. I'm like,
And
oh my
then after he
goodness.
forgot to pitch it, he realized, what do I do? There's no blockers in front of me. Turned around and just threw the ball in the air up for grabs. And, there was a big controversy of Sanders had a game, like 300 something yards passing, a bunch of touchdowns. He was looking good, slinging the rock. Do you think it was a mistake from the Browns head coach to keep their hot rookie quarterback out of the 2-point play when he just made the play to get them there and
Yeah,
was
I
on a roll?
I don't see that, if you had to put on your coach's hat, you definitely keep the quarterback with a hot hand in the game for the 2-point conversion and you do a trick play instead and it just blew up in their
Seems
faces.
to me
So,
he overcoached. Trick plays off a first and goal, you
yep.
know, in any other situation, but to do it on a 2-point conversion, not to mention the fact that, they say that these 2-point conversion plays, there's like three or four that you practice every week.
Yep.
Over and over, and every day they practice because I watch all these Pat McAfee shows and everything. Forgive me for watching another podcast. So, and they just make a lot of sense. You don't, you're supposed to practice these plays and know these plays at the back of your hand. And shame on the coach for out thinking. Sanders, do you think he's for real, or do you think that he's? I mean, he got the starting gig for the rest of the season, but do
Yeah,
you think that he's a starting quarterback in the NFL next year? Yes or no?
I say yes.
Okay, for the same team or no?
Yes, because he's on a rookie contract still.
So you don't think they trade him or get rid of him or cut him or whatever maneuver?
If the whole entire firing or coaching staff gets fired, maybe I could see a trade. But if they have a young rookie quarterback that can build around, they might try to do that first. So I see him playing for the Browns next year.
You see the Bengals blow it against the Bills in a very important playoff implication game.
Yes, they allowed 21 points in the last 8
Pick
minutes of the
six. It was
game.
like, yeah, there was like
Yes.
something points in like 4 minutes, 4.5 minutes a span. There was like a swing. The Bengals were winning that game. It was a snow game, so I was watching that game specifically by itself. I didn't even watch Red Zone this week. I just watched that game because I just wanted to sit back and watch like a snow game and just enjoy the
Yeah.
purely the football. I caught the highlights. We did it. Well, we had Thanksgiving. No, not Thanksgiving. We had the Thursday game, which the Lions took care of the Cowboys.
Yep.
6-1, not looking good for the Cowboys in their playoff chances. The Seahawks will beat the Falcons 37-9. This is what is this, the second or third? They said like, or there's a crazy stat that the Seahawks have scored 30 points or more in the second half of games, like four
Oh,
or
wow.
five of the games. It's scary because the Seahawks are 10-3, but they're still only the 7 seed. You
Yeah.
know, the Bears are in a similar boat with that because the way the seedings are. And I always thought the seedings was a problem. I don't care if you're a division winner or not. You should go by the record from one through whatever, and that should be the way it is. And if one division is, then one division is.
Yeah.
But
I agree.
Dolphins beat the Jets, which everybody's like, oh, the Jets are going to win. The Jets are going to win. No, no, no. Listen, first of all, Dolphins are playing good ball. They're getting it together, and the Jets have just been hot. And it was this is one of those games where you think the Jets will turn the corner, and then they get steamrolled, and they got steamrolled. Give
Yep.
up 34 points. The Jaguars beat the Colts, but do you think that was are the Jaguars for real at 9-4, or the Colts just had some down luck and Daniel Jones didn't finish that game, so that's why the Jaguars won? What's your opinion?
I didn't see that game. I saw the injury because they showed that on the TV. So I'm thinking the Jaguars are kind of for real this season.
Packers beat the Bears. Did you see the handshake at the end of the game?
No, I missed that one, but
Did
heard
you
about it.
hear the talk before the game? This is your division, so did you hear about like when Ben Johnson got hired, what he said?
Yes, I remember hearing that.
So he said, I'm gonna, it's one thing to be a coach or something and have a winning record, another thing to win two against Green Bay in one season or something along
Yep.
those lines. Just because the Aaron Rodgers curse over there, that he's remember Wikipedia one year had up Bears owner Aaron Rodgers or something, and
Yes.
they didn't appreciate it. The Bears playing good ball, had a good game, had a chance at the end, didn't come through. 9-4 went from the first seed to the seventh seed in a shocking drop, like holy shit.
Yep.
Steelers Ravens, that was an interesting game. I saw Aaron Rodgers run for a touchdown and do the double check. I haven't seen that
Yep.
in a while. Ravens at 6-7. I don't know if they're done or not, but it's going to be hard uphill climb. You needed this game. Certain calls went certain ways. I didn't, it is what it is. Speaking of calls going certain ways, Broncos Raiders, somehow it ended up being a 41 point when the over under was 40, 7 point win when the Broncos were given 7.5, 8.5 in some cases.
Mm.
Last play of the game, we talked about this beforehand. They get kicked the field goal. Referee called a delay of game pause. Bullshit. Everybody's talking about it. It was all over the TV today. Referee's going to be investigated, whatever the case is. I'm not sure. That's what I kept seeing, but I don't know if that's actually a thing. I did not hear an official statement from the NFL. Did you hear anything about tampering or anything? Nothing, right?
No, I haven't heard anything about tampering or anything. But what you were talking about before, did the Raiders not have any timeouts that they tried to
No,
use?
no
Okay, so the
timeouts.
delay of game gave them the opportunity to
Yes,
kick a
the
field
only
goal.
reason why they were able to do that is because of the call. And if you watch the play out, I really don't feel like it was warranted. I've seen a lot worse. So I
Hmm.
didn't have any stake in that game, but I always talk about it on this podcast or Mashup or whatever you want to call it. I always say that, the money once, there's a crazy statistic that like I think it's like 61% of the favorites you would win up until like 2022 or 2021. And then like now only like 38% of the favorites will like cover the spread or something like that.
Oh, wow.
And the stat changed significantly right around when ESPN and DraftKings and NFL and all that sports book linked up and became legal in a bunch of states.
Hmm.
So it's like the numbers are in front of you. It is what it is. And who cares? I'm going to watch the sport. I'm going to gamble. I don't know the outcome. So it doesn't matter who rigs it. It's like
Yeah.
watching a wrestling match. Me and you could watch WrestleMania, right? It's Hulk Hogan versus the Ultimate Warrior. And you have, and now keep in mind, I might have seen this already, and I know who's going to win. I know what happens in the match, but you've never seen it, right? So now
Nope.
you're
Never
watching it.
seen it.
It's going to be entertaining for you
Yeah.
because it's just you don't know what happens. So yeah, you might say, "Oh, the Rams are going to win 45-17 against the Cardinals," but if you don't tell me that and that's the final score and I get to watch it play out, I don't care if I don't know what's going to happen, but if you tell me before the game it's 45-17 the Rams, first of all, I'm going to put a shitload of money on the Rams, first of all. Second of all, I'm going to be like, "Oh, well, I'm not going to watch it then. It's ruined for me."
Yes.
So, like I said, I do believe that sports is fixed to an extent so they can take our money. But the key is like I'm not a big gambler. I'm like, oh, I'll bet $1. I'll lose $5 this week. I'll win $5, whatever it is. It's a little bullshit,
Yeah.
you
Little
know.
piddly stuff.
Yeah, so I'm not losing big, so I'm not thousands of dollars in a hole because the Raiders kicked the field goal at the end of the game.
Yes.
But like, holy shit, it's obvious. It's in front of our faces. They just kind of throw it at us, and I don't appreciate it. But like I said, I don't know the results, so I let it play out. Texans Chiefs. Texans beat the Chiefs 2010. That defense is nasty. Did you see the highlights of the game at all?
I actually watched most of the game. So
So
yeah,
yeah, I saw the highlights this morning. I didn't watch the game yesterday, but all I saw was the Texans guys just smashing the Chiefs Flyers. Like it was just
yeah,
like watching like just smash, smash, smash. These guys are hitting hard. It's gonna be tough to play the Texans because you know what? When you can play good defense like that and you could run the ball the way they do and your quarterback is not making mistakes, home or away, it's hard to beat them in a playoff game.
yeah, definitely.
It's gonna be hard. There was a few buys this week, but that was the games that pretty much I went over. I mean, currently as we're doing this, the Eagles are playing the Chargers. The Chargers are up 7-3, which somehow the 8-4 Chargers. But Herbert's playing, but he has like a broken hand or something in his
Yeah,
hand.
non-throwing
So,
hand, yes.
speaking of injuries, what do you got for us on the injury corner?
I have a whole slew of injuries, mainly focusing around the Indianapolis Colts this weekend. So we had torn Achilles for Daniel Jones, out the rest of this season for sure. And if
You know,
anybody
he had a
knows,
broken fibula on his other foot, on his other knee or
I know.
whatever.
And
Yeah.
that's what cost him to lose most of the running game is because everybody was stacking the boxes because they figured they can have Daniel Jones try to
Riley
throw.
Leonard is playing in his place. He's in trouble.
I know, but he also suffered a knee injury as well this weekend. Anthony Richardson is out with an orbital bone, so he's on injured reserve, won't be returning to practice this week per Steichen. So the Colts are planning to bring in eight-time Pro Bowl and 44-year-old quarterback Philip Rivers for a workout to possibly bridge the gap. I mean, I don't see a 44-year-old quick Philip Rivers leading them to the playoffs,
I
but
didn't hear about that. That's
I
interesting.
saw that news break about 2.5 hours ago as the time we're recording this.
Oh, you guys heard it here, probably fifth, because it takes a little bit to get this edited and out there. But you've
Yes.
heard it here, and eventually, we
Yes.
Mike broke the news early. You guys just weren't here for it.
And then Zach Ertz, torn ACL in that Washington Vikings game yesterday. This obviously will cost him the year, but it's possibly a career-ending injury considering his age. T. Higgins is in the concussion protocol after reporting symptoms to his coach after the game. Safety for Detroit Lions, Brian Branch, torn Achilles tendon that happened Thursday night, out for the remainder of the season and probably most of next year with the ACL. Let's see here. The running back for Miami Dolphins, Devon Achane, MRI on a Monday showed no fracture in his ribs, as head coach Mike McDaniels told reporters. He also added that Achane could have returned to Sunday's game against the Jets, but because they were already blowing up the Jets, they didn't have to put him in or put him back in. So,
So that
uh,
was smart.
yes. So I have a couple more here. DK Metcalf stayed in an overnight Baltimore hotel. No, sorry.
Oh, that
Stayed
sounds
overnight.
great.
Yes,
I was
stayed
gonna say that
overnight.
sounds luxurious.
Stayed overnight in Baltimore after going to the hospital with stomach pains after Sunday's win over the Ravens. Team spokesman just told NFL insider Ian Rappaport his stay was out of abundance of caution and meant to rule out any significant internal injuries after the wide receiver took a hard hit during the game. Now we have some decent-ish news for the Buccaneers, and I'm hoping that these are true. They're supposed to get two receivers back this upcoming week, possibly. Mike Evans has been on IR pretty much all season, and Jalen McMillan with a neck. They're both due to possibly return this Thursday night against the Falcons. Speaking of Falcons, Tracy's here. The Tristan Wirfs oblique injury could play Thursday as well after missing Sunday's game. And I saw earlier that defensive end for the Bengals, Trey Hendrickson, likely to undergo season-ending core muscle surgery, so his season will probably be out of the question. And I think from what I read is that he reworked his deal at the beginning of the season, so he might be a free agent come next season if the Bengals don't re-sign him. So
So
quite
Minnesota's
a
out,
few
right?
injuries. Yeah, Minnesota, they're still in the hunt according to the
So
playoffs. They're
what
not
team are you now
eliminated.
rooting for to win the Super Bowl since Minnesota's out? Who do you put your support behind?
Oh, me, I love playoffs. Yes, I love the Vikings. I love playoffs. So if I had to pick one team of who I think is going to make the playoffs, oh, I'd put my love to the Rams, I think.
So you're going for the Rams. Way to pick the number one seed in the whole
Yeah.
NFL. Good job. Yeah, so the Jets have been out. They suck. I'm going with Houston. I like the way they're hitting. I like the way they're playing. I like their coach. I'm hoping for a Houston Green Bay Super Bowl at this point. So I guess you're rooting for Rams versus who in the Super Bowl at this point?
Rams, I wouldn't mind seeing Patriots or Bills.
Patriots.
Yeah,
You're so boring, bro. Come on.
I
Like, I've never
know.
seen the Patriots
Well,
before. Let's
well,
watch the
hold
Patriots
on.
do Super Bowl.
Actually,
Blah, I want to throw up right now.
I
How
take
dare
that
you?
back. I think we've seen enough Patriots Super Bowls over the
Yeah,
last 20
yeah.
years. So I'm gonna go
Thank
Jaguars,
you.
Rams. Why not?
Yeah, exactly. You could have said anybody else but the fucking Patriots. Patriots and Chiefs can. Oh, I don't want to say bad words because Tracy's here, so we're just gonna leave that alone. Our playoff brackets. Listen. Jay was supposed to be here to enjoy this with us, but he's not, so we're just gonna go without him. Our playoff brackets were very similar. There's a couple of conflicting things. So I have Denver as the number one seed. You have New England as the number one seed. I believe that's going to end with me up top. You, not you, but it's a different opinion. So 1, 2 was Denver, New England. Number three, I had Houston. I believe you had Houston also, but Houston, Jacksonville, they're both neck and neck also for that division. So that can flip at any time. So just like the Bears drop from the one seed to the seven seed, anybody can drop at any time. We have Pittsburgh at the four seed just because they're the division winner of the shittiest division.
Yes.
We have the Bills at five with like 12 wins this season, which sucks for them. Jags was the other place, and I had the Chargers last. I don't think anybody else can really jump. I don't think the Chiefs will be able to catch the Chargers. They're a
No.
good team. They play good ball when they need to, and like as we said, now even now they're beating the Eagles currently live, so they can go to 9-4, 8 wins. You're in a better spot than a team with 6 wins with 3 weeks left or whatever it is.
Yes.
So that was our AFC bracket. Our NFC bracket, we had the Rams in first, Packers in second, the Eagles in third. Now, here's the only thing where we differed. You had the Panthers, I believe,
Yep.
as a division winner in the four seed. I had the Bucks.
Okay.
So I'm just saying, F you, Carolina. You cost me 3 times this year. You cost me a suicide pool. You cost me a big bet. Well, not a big bet, but a big bet for me. So screw you. I don't want you nowhere near my team. Let's go Bucks. Let's go Mayfield. Seattle with a 10-win five seed, probably the best five seed ever in the history of football.
Yeah.
49ers and the Lions sneaking in over the Bears because the Bears have to play the Bears have to play the Packers, Detroit. So
Yep.
yeah, that and the Colts division is always playing themselves the next few weeks also. So
Yes.
those are all going to mash themselves up and knock people out and drop people loose. But I think our playoffs are set, and I will say for the first time in a long time, I really have no idea who the hell's going to win the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I know. It's up in the air all over the
I
place.
mean, our seven seeds are Chargers and Lions.
Yes.
These were the number one seeds 4 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Like, so that's where we're at with that. I thought it was a good week. The Vikings did good. The Jets did bad, but who cares? Anything else that you noticed during the week that you wanted to discuss before we say later?
Oh, just to back up or just to emphasize why I picked the Panthers over the Buccaneers for that fourth and final spot is because of the Buccaneers losing to the Saints of all teams yesterday. I have a feeling the Bucks are kind of going to slip down and the Panthers are going to kind of step it up. Bryce Young is kind of throwing the ball, slinging it like he doesn't care. So I'm pretty sure because the fact that they play each other, the Bucks and Panthers twice in the last 4 weeks
Oh,
of the
that's
season
what they were
here.
saying. The Pat McAfee show said it earlier. To quote them, they were like, "Oh,
Yep.
they got the Panthers and the Bucks to be beating each other up for the next couple of weeks." And right now, the Panthers are on the in uphill. They're going
Yes.
up, and the Bucks are coming down because the Bucks have lost a bunch of games they should have won.
Yes.
I believe they lost like 4 of the last 5 games, where the Panthers have won 4 of the last 5 or something like
Yep.
that.
So I see the
And
Panthers kind of beating the Buccaneers at least once, if not both games in the last 4 weeks here.
right, so you heard it from
Yeah.
Mike. Panthers going to beat the Bucks twice in the next 4 weeks. Okay. All
Panthers.
right. That's it, I guess, for NFL Mashup Week 14. So many shows, shows.com. This is Mike. This is Pete. Tracy was here. She didn't say a word. Have a good one. Let's go, Birds.
Talk to you on the next one, everybody. Have a great week.
I'm pulling for the Bills.
Tracy's
Going for the
pulling for the
Bills.
Bills.
Well, at least she didn't say Patriots like you. 35 red, 35 red, blue. Said,